Only on KSL5, a con man in Africa is telling his story.
Yeah, KSL investigator Matt Gephardt went one-on-one with a man who made a living ripping off people here in the United States. And Matt, it's a fascinating interview. I've been waiting a long time for this one.
It really was, Mike. Yeah, tonight I sit down with a reformed scammer from Nigeria who spent years preying on lonely hearts. He's revealing the tricks, the lies, and the emotional manipulation used to steal thousands from his unsuspecting victims in this eye-opening confession.
Hello.
This is an interview that you will not see every day.
Double check that I'm recording. I am.
In fact, in 25 years as a journalist, it is unlike any I have done before.
Wanted to talk to me.
I was contacted by representatives of a man who wanted to talk about his business, crime, ripping off Americans from the other side of the world.
How did you get into scamming Americans?
I just wanted to make money.
From a bathroom in Nigeria, in between power outages,
No, it's not.
a man who told me his name is Christopher Maxwell said that he learned how to con at university. Not from the school, but rather his friends at school who were all ripping off Americans.
I just wanted to make money because other kids.
His scheme was a common one, getting women to fall in love.
Did you find it to be easy or did you find it to be difficult?
It's easy.
Yeah, the hardest part, Maxwell says, was the sleep deprivation. From Nigeria, you had to be awake all night to catch Americans when they are awake. As for his targets, Maxwell says he would mostly use Facebook looking for certain characteristics that would suggest they could be lonely. Specifically, he says, he looked at photos, zeroing in on women who post a lot of pictures of themselves and their kids, but no men. Then, from a fake profile pretending to be an American soldier on deployment, he would begin a conversation.
Before I ask for money, I would make sure I am in a relationship with that particular person.
Maxwell says he would spend months wooing a woman before he would strike.
So when I realized this victim actually loves me a lot, I'll take advantage of that.
He'd lie that he needs money for an emergency or that his bank account had been frozen, but promised that she would get her money back.
Did you make a lot of money?
I made over $70,000.
Over how long? Over a couple of years?
25 years.
Social Catfish, a company that verifies online identities using reverse search technology, told me that the rise of romance scams is alarming. Americans lost $1.14 billion to romance scams in 2023, which doubles the $547 million lost just 2 years before that. Utah ranked number 29 in the nation, with 207 victims losing $5.4 million in 2023.
Did you ever scam anybody in Utah? Do you know?
I would say yes.
Maxwell claims to now be reformed, not because he was busted, but rather he says that the deep pain that he was causing finally smacked him in the face.
When I scammed the woman, she was 62 years old. She gave me over $30,000.
Maxwell says that when she realized it was all a con, she became depressed, suicidal.
So she was really going through a lot just because of me. And I felt really bad.
So Maxwell broke the con man rule. He says he called her, showed his face, and confessed his sins.
She cried. I thought she was going to block me, but she did not block me. She forgave me.
It moved him, he says, to quit the con man business, and now he wants to share his story in the hopes it will help others avoid being conned.
Chris, when you were scamming people, did you ever worry about getting in trouble?
Yeah, yes. That's a major worry.
Maxwell told me that he's not really worried about law enforcement, but he says he has received some threats since beginning his new crusade.
I was getting a lot of threats from Nigerians like me, telling me I have exposed everything, I have said everything, I am a fool, they're going to kill me.
Death threats, but he is not deterred.
I'm not worried because I feel like I'm doing the right thing now.
I spoke to that man for about 30 minutes, and I came away with two big takeaways. One, how nonchalant he was talking about how conning Americans is just kind of what's done by some folks in his country as sort of an after-school job or like a side gig. And two, how dangerous social media can be. A simple innocent post or a photo is all a con man needs to break the ice with their victims.